Hey guys, what's up? It is Doug and welcome to another Hall & Wax and Friends Halloween special. And today I am joined by my friend Inenell from Instagram, Kevin, and we are going to talk about this bad boy right here, Trick or Treat by Goose Creek Candles. So guys, I'll put a link below to Kevin's account. Again, Inenell is his name. You definitely want to follow him if you're interested in candles. He does a great job. He does reviews, he does hauls, and when I mean reviews, he does well-written reviews, and he even does video reviews, short reviews, and posts them, straight to Instagram. He does a great job. He's someone who I really value his opinion. He's helped me out a bunch. He knows so much about wax and candles and fragrance, and yeah, so I am jacked that he came out of YouTube retirement for me here to do this. So, all right, guys. Hey, I'll make no secrets here. Kevin and I both love this fragrance and this candle, and big thanks to him for recommending this to me whenever I placed my order for Goose Creek stuff earlier this year, the Halloween stuff a couple weeks back. He's like, no, you've got to try this. I know those notes might not sound like, something you'd like. You have to try this candle. So thanks to him, I did. But we will get into more what I think about it later on the other side of this. So without further ado, Kevin, Inenell, what do you think about Trick or Treat from Goose Creek?
Hey guys, this is Inenell from Instagram. I want to say thank you real quick to Doug from Spooky Villages Hauling Wax. He's having me on his YouTube channel for a collab video of Goose Creek's Trick or Treat, and he has a little series going right now with other YouTubers and I think even Instagrammers that is part of his Hauling Wax with Friends series, and they just kind of team up and talk about a certain scent. If you follow me, you follow Doug. He's been in the wax community for about 2 or 3 years, I want to say. Probably one of the better people that I've gotten a chance to know in the wax community. He's a really good guy, and I appreciate him having me on here to talk about this candle because it is one of my favorites for the fall season. And I am actually burning a Trick or Treat right below me right now. Here is the candle that is all lit up and sitting away, as you can see. But we're not going to talk about that quite yet. We're just going to talk about the scent of the candle first. And I can give a little bit of a description of what I think this smells like while burning. I don't have to do a cold sniff review because I have been burning this for about 3 days in a row now, and I am loving it. It is one of my favorite scents for the fall season. Currently, this is out of stock if you look on the Goose Creek website, but I'm almost positive they're going to have it back in stock in the near future, so keep an eye on the Goose Creek website, and they have a Goose Creek fan page on Facebook. Some of the listed scent notes on the website are apple, pear, graham cracker, chocolate, pumpkin, apple cider, vanilla. There's a lot of notes here in this candle that I adore. They don't all really come through for me. I'm going to tell you the notes that really stand out for me while this candle is burning. First and foremost, I get that bakery. I'm going to attribute that to the graham cracker here. It kind of comes off to me as smelling like a muffin, maybe a muffin or a cake even. It's not really a candy sweetness to my nose. It's more of a bakery. If I could compare it to any candle that I've smelled in recent memory, it would be Homeworks Cranberry Pumpkin Cake. That bakery note in that candle, and these are two of my all-time favorite candles that I've burned in the past couple of years. That bakery note in Cranberry Pumpkin Cake from Homeworks is very reminiscent to the bakery note here in Trick or Treat. And then the apple in this fragrance really isn't, it's not a tart apple, so it's not a Granny Smith. It's not a Macintosh. It doesn't come across as a Macintosh apple. It's really just a sweet apple. It just gives it a sweetness to the candle. And to me, that's where the sweetness is coming from, is the apple, maybe even apple cider-ish, might lean a little bit towards apple cider. There's just an ever so slight hint of spice here in this candle, but it's not a spicy fragrance. The one note I want to touch upon is the chocolate note here in this fragrance. I don't think, if you're not a fan of chocolate scents, I really don't think this fragrance is going to bother you that much. It's not a scent note that I picked up on cold, and it's not really a scent note that I get while burning. If anything, it's very much in the background just as a base note, something to give the candle a little more sweetness. But this is by no means a chocolate scented candle. And now that we've got the scent out of the way, let's talk about the burn on this candle. Usually you'll see my Goose Creek candles sitting in one of these hurricanes. I'll occasionally use a Yankee Illumilid. That's usually at the start of the fragrance just to help it pull out. But after that, I really don't bother with the Illumilids, and I do not recommend them for these candles. It's something that I've been used to doing. It's something that I've done for a while now just to help it pull out in the beginning. They really don't need the use of an Illumilid, so don't even worry about that. But as you can see, it has pulled out really nicely in this hurricane. I haven't been using the Illumilid since I first started burning on this candle. They really don't have much issue pulling out while they're this full. Usually for me with Goose Creek candles, it gets a little tougher for them to pull out once they get past the halfway mark. But right now, no issues with the pull. You can see, it is a Goose Creek trademark, a little bit of that soot coming off, and you can even see it up here. Goose Creek candles do sit more than I would prefer, but sitting is just something I've kind of gotten used to with burning as many candles as I burn, so that's just something that kind of comes with the territory. But overall, the burn of this candle has been phenomenal as far as all of my burns with Goose Creek candles go, and they're fairly low maintenance as far as forming a pool and puny wick syndrome. That's not something I usually have to deal with this brand. And let's talk about the throw on this candle. It started off hot and heavy. I'd say it was probably around a 7 or an 8 out of 10 on the first and second burns, and probably around a 6 or a 7 right now. I am on my third burn of this fragrance, and you can see I've gone through quite a bit of it because they do overfill the candles. They're usually, I'd say they're usually filled up to right about here, around there. They're usually always overfilled to some extent. Goose Creek candles are always dripping with scent oils. You know, that's something that I've always had to deal with when they ship their candles. They're usually always very wet on top, especially when in the hotter months, when they're shipped in the hotter months. They have so much either fragrance, oil, or dye that I'm dealing with. And in this case, I really do consider with Goose Creek that to be fragrance oil because they are a very strong scented candle for me. So far this candle, I'd say it's averaged out at about a 7 throw, around there. Very solid fragrance as far as the scent throw. It's very much in line with the other Goose Creek fall scents that I have and that I have been burning lately. I think they specialize for fall candles. I don't burn a lot of their other summer or spring scents. I stick to fall with Goose Creek, and it really does pay off. So yeah, guys, my final thoughts on this candle, and I just want to say real quick, thanks again to Doug for having me on his channel and giving me a chance to kind of talk about one of my favorite candles right now and one of the hot candles in the wax community, Trick or Treat from Goose Creek. Final thoughts on this one. It is a must pick up if you're a fan of the scent notes that I've talked about. You know, apple, a little bit of a bakery, muffin, graham cracker note, and probably even a little bit of spice, just a little bit of spice in there. And it is something you want to keep an eye out for this season and just kind of check the website every now and then to see if they have it back in stock. And I do suggest joining the Facebook group too, because there's a lot of information you can get in there from Jordan, the owner, and the large group of fans. They are a very dedicated group of fans in that Facebook group. So there you have it, guys. Goose Creek Trick or Treat. Thanks for watching.
Thanks a bunch, Kevin. Seriously, I mean, there's not much more I can say. All the people that are doing these collaborations make it very easy for me. I don't really have to say anything. They do such a great job, you know, on analyzing these scents and everything. I'm just going to piggyback onto what he said. So this, to me, I don't even know hardly what to say about it. It really surprised me because I love this candle. I burn a lot of Halloween candles, right? I think you guys have seen that maybe on this channel, my other channels, or even if on the Facebook groups, Instagram. I love Halloween candles, right? That's my thing. This is a great one. This is one of the best ones on the market available right now. You gotta buy this. So, but what does it smell like? It's that crazy mix of chocolate, vanilla, sweet treats like graham cracker, very pronounced graham cracker, but with like a hint of apple cider on top. It's so bizarre. It's so unique. It's like putting your head in a bag of candy treats, but you know, apple cider's not part of that. So it's almost like a mix of like, Halloween party, because apple cider is what reminds me of that, especially like back at school when we used to have that a bunch. But like a Halloween party kind of vibe. I don't know. It's tough to describe. It is the chocolate candle for those that don't care for chocolate candles, because that's why I initially was going to pass on this, was because it had chocolate in it. And it's not that I don't like chocolate. I love chocolate. Okay, I love to eat chocolate, but especially dark chocolate. In candles though, no, I'm not really interested in that. Especially it had chocolate vanilla. I just thought it was going to be kind of a sweet generic candle, because this was available last year, and thankfully it was, because that's when Kevin tried it last year, and that's why he's like, you have to try it this year. And yeah, this candle is worth the hype. Mine actually is probably about a 7.5 the whole way. It was strong, it was noticeable, never waned. Whew, man. Strong when I take the lid off. It is such an interesting fragrance. This is an awesome Halloween candle. You have to get this. But look here, it burned good, or it's been burning good. You get a little bit of soot on it. That's just what the Goose Creeks do. I think Kevin mentioned it. They're just going to do that. 2-wick jars in general, the house warmers, they tend to do that. Goose Creeks, they do that. It's much better though since the reformulation in early 2018, at least for me. I burned enough of them now. I haven't had a sooting monster. It's been nothing like that. So you're going to get some soot here. It's just part of it, right? But it's strong. It burned well. And yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. This is an awesome candle. I didn't even talk about the label. I mean, man, look at that label. The label's so traditional looking, but creepy and off-putting, but also very nostalgic and warm. It's just, this is one of those special candles, right? This is definitely going on my Hall and Wax Hall of Fame playlist. Amazing. Goose Creek, what they need to hang their hats on. They have a fantastic candy corn, which is amazing, and they have Trick or Treat, and they have one more that's really good too. But the ones that I would, if I was them, I'd hang my hat on and bring back every year. They need to have candy corn, which is rockin', and they need to have this, because this is the original one. You can get candy corn other places sometimes. I've never had a candle quite like this, so it's interesting. This is a Halloween classic for me. Totally recommend it. Cannot give this a higher recommendation. If you're a Halloween freak, you need to try this. Even if you don't think you want the chocolate, it's not really a chocolate candle. You get that hint of apple cider and a hint of the sweet treats and the graham cracker. That graham cracker really dulls down the sweetness, and it's a very authentic graham cracker here. So yeah, guys, that's all I have to say on it. Kevin did a fantastic job, and selfishly, I'm happy he chose to do this with me, because I wanted to see a longer form video with him. He does such a great job of scent analysis, candle analysis, and he's a good friend too. I really appreciate his advice. And Kevin, he's a good guy. Thanks a bunch for coming out of retirement to do this. I hope I can drag him out of retirement more every now and then to do one of these videos with me. But yeah, thanks guys. Thanks a bunch for watching. Thank you, Kevin at Inenell. I'll put a link to his Instagram below. Again, he's not on YouTube. He's on Instagram. So remember to check him out. So thank you guys very much. These collaborations are a blast, and I will see you very soon.